So welcome everyone, welcome to the live stream. I'm Gone Edge and thanks for joining in. So this month we on the I'm Gone Edge painting, the oil painting group channel, did a hobby challenge, and it was based on Orks, Goblins, and the idea was that we spend a month just painting a miniature based on one of these themes. And today I'm just going to share what some of the community members were able to do. So the hope is this is something that we can do every month, and by the end of the year you guys have a whole collection of stuff that you can share and show to everyone that you've painted. So really excited to share this with you guys. And now we can properly start my concert. So sit back, relax. Also, depending on how these go, I would love to actually have the artists themselves speak about what they've produced. But because obviously I know this was like the first one, short notice, didn't want to stress anyone out, so we'll see what the next one is. So if you're comfortable and you'd like to join in for the next one, let me know, and it's something we can organise. Alright. Let's start. Here we go. Frugal. No, Frugal's up first. Okay, so Frugal is one of the long-standing members in our community. I think he joined really early on, and has been painting a lot. I don't think I've met a faster painter. This guy gets stuff done so quickly, and it's really interesting to see just how much he's improved as time has gone on as well. With his oil painting. Now he's been painting in oils for quite some time actually, so it's actually quite refreshing to see how his style has changed over the year, and the quality as well. So I'm not actually sure what this miniature's from. It kind of looks like something out of World of Warcraft, and he's in the chat, so I'm sure he'll correct me. But it's actually really cool to see. 13 months. Gosh, yeah. You don't need to be a good painter, you just need to be a part of the Discord. So join the Patreon, hang out, and you can definitely join in. Maybe we'll do a one open to the more public as well, but this is just one of our community challenges that we do as a group. So, but Frugal's it's been really impressive to see how much he's improved as time has gone. And we worked on this miniature a little bit together. He painted and I gave him a little bit of feedback, and he improved it as he went. So one of the things I'm really impressed with was actually one of the references he used. I'll see if I should get it up on screen. Which was a rusted pan to do the armor. And I think, actually, if I can just find the reference that he did, or if he doesn't mind if he's still got it, he can share it. I'm pretty sure he should. Here we go. So I'll drag it onto screen. Let's see if I can do that. So here it is. And when you look at it, you're like, oh yeah, oh crud, yeah, that is actually it. So one of the things I like to do is encourage my team to, because we are a team, we're going together, to actually check out references and do it all together. And so it's actually really nice to see how he's done it on a miniature there as well. But I'm really impressed with the skin. I recently got into paint overs, and Frugal actually was really good. He took some time to improve on areas of skin, add in the highlights, and it's great to see just how much he's brought attention to the face. Now the eyes are really interesting. I can't get any closer unfortunately, but the eyes are really interesting, and it's interesting how he's actually been able to get the irises as well as the reflective light, which is pretty hard actually, if I'm honest. So it's really nice to see that, and the texture work, especially on the trousers. One of the things that he did initially when he started is that he had this really bright yellow cloth and orangey, I think they were kind of like khaki orange trousers. But when he separated it out, now don't knock yourself down, it is a big model, but even so, you did a good job, dude. Its eyes are really difficult. But when he came onto the trousers, he changed them to like a kind of grey colour you see here, which was really helpful for just separating. And this is the sort of thing I like to talk about, where you have lighting at the top to draw attention to the face, and then as you go down towards the bottom of the model, our colors become more desaturated because our focus needs to be up here. He did it mainly in TMM, I believe. So that's really interesting. The blade is really cool here. And the texture on the top half of the handle, I'm not sure what you call it, but like obviously I know if he was going to really push, he would do a bit more texture on the underneath, yeah, just add some depth into the metals. You can see this color in here, which is really cool, but you know, it's actually quite nice. So well done for actually finishing it, because I still haven't finished mine. Really how many times, so it's cool. Well done for actually getting it done, and you should be proud of this, dude. So yeah, well done, Frugal. I'm sure if anyone's got questions for you though, they can easily just jump in and add in their comments as they go. So absolutely beautiful work. And if you want feedback, just let me know and we can do that later as well, maybe at the end of the stream. All right, next one. So this is from Brutal Deluxe Painting, Ollie, who's also been in the community for quite some time. Now Ollie he's doing really well for himself actually. He's been attending different people's classes, he's been learning, he's entered into a couple of competitions and done fairly well consistently. So this was is it a bloom spike git? Is that what they're called, these dudes? It's tiny. It's actually tiny. Now I don't know what references he used for this, but I really love how the colors on the side here are kind of repeated. On the metals are repeated throughout the armor. So you've got this like dark, cold black, and then in the metals are cold as well. Let's see if I can zoom in a bit low, it's closer as well. Getting ready to check it out. Let's go over here. And then you can see that those colors are kind of repeated. So this is like really good because this is what we call color harmony. So the use of reds are kind of being used throughout the model. So you've got the kind of red here, then you've got warm red here in the eyes, and then on the base as well. And then the blues and cold colors are used again up in different sections. Even the kind of green tint, which we've got on the shaft here, as well as on the skin, it all just matches up. So when we talk about color harmony, we talk about using all these different colors that normally don't go well together, but because some are more vibrant and some are more desaturated, it makes the whole image easier to read. So it's really cool to see, well, how neat it is first of all, how defined all the textures are, and just how nice, well, you can see he's quite passionate about orcs. So hopefully, or the goblins rather, hopefully for his next one, we can see even more skin. But I love the cloth work. Like, super gutted not to get the goblin box set, but no, it's cool. It's really cool to see what he's done. And I love the mushrooms, the texture on the mushrooms as well. So yeah, Ollie's done a great job. Excited to see how, like, oh my gosh, how do people get in here to ban that dude? It's awesome to see how he's been growing, and I can't wait to see what he does later on in the year as well. So well done, Ollie. And if you want to follow Brutal Deluxe Painting, so you can check him out on Instagram too and see his other work. Beautiful. Okay, for next up we have Nick. Now, Nick is actually starting from a really high standard already before he joined the Discord. So it's really always a treat to see the kind of work he produces. I think he mainly paints in acrylics, which is totally fine. And it doesn't really matter what medium you're using, just the result you want at the end. And we went through a lot of back and forth actually with this miniature, where I just kind of did a little sketch over for him. But the work he's done, so there's a lot of attention to detail, the reflections, specifically the reflections in the metals, which are really nice. Let's see if we can zoom in. a little bit, especially actually over to this side, so you can see where the red is kind of reflected in. Now he went for, I believe, iron on his NNM, which is most of the time it's like trying to get a difference between iron and stone is actually quite difficult, but he's done a really lovely job in just showing like what parts are metallic and then what parts are well, the coloured metallic areas as well. So really well done. So one thing that I was really impressed with was the use of lighting on the mouth here and on the shoulder, and also just the way that he's created this separation in areas. Obviously you've got like a lighter part here, and then he shaded underneath and made it darker. This is like an attention to detail that a lot of people miss. They'll kind of have the same lighting the whole way around, but I like how he's like all the areas that are in shadow he's made darker as well, especially here, and how he's accentuated the muscles. Now one thing I will quickly grab is the feedback that I gave him, which I'll put side by side, and I'll use that as a kind of example as well of what you can do in the future. I might do the same for Frugal because I did his one as well. Don't know if it will come up. No, hold on, 2 seconds. There you go. So if we zoom in just to this area, I'll make it slightly bigger. One of the things that I kind of encouraged him to do, the mouth and even the pink on the flesh here, where it's kind of been raw from having things kind of imprinted into his skin, fused with his skin. I've kind of pushed that a little bit and just accentuated those areas. Now this is like a kind of paint over that I did using my iPad and my wife's iPad, and just kind of push different areas a bit more. Obviously I could zoom in really close, so to do this by brush it's a lot harder, but all of these little areas are just really helpful. You can get in and just add a little bit more. So for example, on the metals up here at the top, all I kind of did was I just pushed it a tiny bit more. Oh, messed that up. Hold on, sorry guys. Where's that gone? There you go. Push that a tiny bit more on the area here. You can see just the addition of that rebounding light, just to show it's a bit more shiny and to show that there's a bit more going on. I can see one here, which is excellent, but obviously the light's coming from, the light's coming from, can I get a pen? Oh yeah, you can. No, not a laser pointer, I want a pen. There you go. The light's coming from, this is rubbish. There you go. This way. Okay, so it's kind of coming down like that on top of him, so more of the light will be kind of shown in this area. So the areas of the shoulder, for example, gets more light. The mouth and the face obviously will get more light as well. So when I did the kind of paint over for him, that's sort of the thing I started trying to accentuate just a bit more. Also, they're kind of adding in the depth, taking your brush and just marking in the shadows a little bit more. Thanks, remember, so take care, dudes. Thanks for joining in. And then just pushing the metals a little bit more too. So like all of the guys though have done really well. The cast shadow again is beautiful, and it's just this guy's thinking a lot more. He's thinking a lot further. So this is kind of what we would do in display painting really. So it's nice to see the guys thinking about that more. And I'm hoping we can do more of this. So if you are interested, just shoot me a message, join on to the Discord, and it would be great to see more of you joining in, so we can produce more beautiful work together. So well done to everyone for getting involved. Nick, Ollie and Frugal, well done for your beautiful work. It's great to see. And the next challenge, well, is going on now. We're kind of voting over is it a Pez, a fire dragon, and a bust. So it'll be interesting to see what everyone votes for and what we do, and we get on to that.